Hello, this is the Live XV11 and we're back for another Moaning Mondays. For this Moaning Mondays, I'm going to count down my top 10 anime characters. So, if your character isn't on there, don't feel like, oh, why isn't my character on there? This is just my personal top 10. And I'm going to kind of leave out character. I'm going to select one character from each series, so that way you ain't going to go, oh yeah, I like this many people from this series, and that'll fill the whole top 10 up. So it'll be one character from each series that I know and I like. Okay, to start off, number 10. This is Mikasa. Probably thinking, oh, why isn't she up further in your list? And it's like, well, I like Mikasa as a character. She's a strong, female, independent woman. But the thing is, her character development struggles. It's nice to have a strong female character. And that's really just basics of it. I just love the fact that she's kick-ass. She represents a load of women out there. Because usually in anime, you usually get them avoiding female main leads. And she just kind of sticks out for the female majority. Because anyone's got to see that she's kick-ass. But like I said before, she struggles so much with character development and the story revolving around her, because it doesn't. Because she's hardly... all the other characters seem to have their individual tropes and all that, but she's kind of a blank canvas. She's still really not a really nice character. I like her concept, her design and all that, but she's too much of a blank page. That's why she's made it to my number 10 spot. So that's number 10's. Moving on. Okay, so my number 9, I just kind of got some sand in my arse, so I'll plonk that there. Oh. Number 9. 9. There we go. Number 9 is Gohan. This was one of my first ever anime characters that I liked. I can remember playing the PS1 game, and I always used to play as Teen Gohan. It's like a love of the character. You see him, because at first I just liked his character design and how he was portrayed and all that in the games, because I didn't watch Dragon Ball Z until like 2013, so very, very recently that I watched all the episodes. But the thing was that you get to see him as he grows and how he develops. You see him grow from this little boy into this adult. I haven't watched the GT and the recent series, but you just see as he grows and see as he matures from this crying little boy into this adult. And I just gotta say, I love Teen Gohan. It's just like, he came out and it was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna defeat Sal, I'm gonna do this, and he totally kicked his ass. It's just, what sells a character mostly is their character design, but also if you give them a good story. Because like I said before, like behind me, I got Mikasa, but she has this really strong character design, but she's a story struggles. She doesn't have any personality of her own. It's kind of built upon the fact that she's Aaron's crush. So there. That is Gohan as my number 9. The kick-ass Teen Gohan, as anyone would like to say. Not the baby Gohan. The kid Gohan's a bit of a wimp, but it's just based on that. You just see as he grows and see as he matures, which is a nice thing to see as a watcher, because you're growing along with them. As the years go, you're seeing it go by and you're seeing your own youth in the character, so that's a really nice thing to have. Okay then, moving on. Number 8. Oh, 8, there we go, 8. Okay, my number 8 is, you might be thinking, why is this on? It's not anime, it's not Japanese. But I put Blake as my number 8. Blake Belladonna from Ruby. Probably heard me talk about Ruby quite a lot. My kitty character. I love Blake. If I think, oh yeah, it's just because it's a cat that you like it. It's like, nah, it's kind of, it's like I said before, you really get to know the character as the story progresses. The thing that Ruby suffers for, though, is that some of the characters, the stories isn't developed that much, because with shows that have quite a lot of characters involved in, they seem to shoved the story to the side, and with her you have kind of a bit of story, and then you left to interpret. But you just have this basis of the character, you have the character's personality, how they are, and you can even get into the thinking frame of that character. So you can get into the mindset and know what that character is thinking, and how all the other characters might be reacting to it, so you can understand why the character is doing this and that. So she's a really good character for kind of understanding from a human perspective. Because it's just, I won't set any spoilers off because I don't want to. I don't know if I want to set spoilers off. I'll probably put that in. So basically it's just the way that as the character develops and you're seeing it break down and you're getting more in tune with the character. Because in the first series you didn't really get to see much of her, but as the series progresses you really get to know the character. And basically series 2 is based on her. Let's say you always have that, you have a series based on a character, so you have that with any anime. Okay, moving on. Number 7. Number 7 is Shiro. Shiro from the Dead Man Wonderland. Like I said before, everyone likes the psycho characters, which let's say the sweet characters, which end up going a bit psycho, and that's the thing with her. She's a really nice character with a tragic past, and the thing is, even though she's doing all these bad things, you can kind of understand and get on the side of her and think, well, she has a troubled past, and some things that she might be doing are wrong, but deep down inside she is a good person, and that's how you see it. So it's just like this kind character which can go a bit berserk and go really kick-ass. So that is my number 7, Shiro from Dead Man Wonderland. Okay, number 6. Now you're thinking, oh, there's been a lot of women. Yeah, there is a lot of women in this list so far. A lot of women. So this one is Kenichiro. Okay then, my number 6. Oh god, Number 6. Okay, so my number 6 is Ken Kai Kurono. Ken Kurono, which is the character from Gantz. And for any of you out there which are underage, do not watch Gantz. It's very adult themed with all the blood and sexual innuendos. But the reason why this character is on my list is because even though it's not a well-known series and not that many people would watch it because of the age rating and all that, it's just at the beginning he is an arsehole, but as the series progresses you really get to know the character. And he becomes a better person from all the trials and tribulations which he's going through. It isn't until all that is removed and becomes an arsehole again that you actually see how much this character has developed and how much it actually gets you to feel towards it. It's like, he was a really cool person, he became this person through all the things that he's been through and through all these trials that he's gone through. And it's just amazing how you see this character grow, how you see this character mature from this little brat doing stuff in a corridor with a person he's just met, to this person who's going out to save people. At the end of the day, he's going out risking his life to save these people, which at the beginning he wouldn't give a shit about, unless it was wearing skimpy pants. It does suffer from some things though, like, oh yeah, he's going to be the kind of one that people like this model starts to like him and all that, and it's like, nah. But then again, you just see, it's kind of, you get to feel for the character. You see as he develops, and it's really amazing how they do the story. So if anyone out there, if you haven't watched Gantz, and if you're underage, don't watch Gantz if you're underage. But it is quite a good one, and it's not really brought up on that much. So that's mine. Kai Kurono is my number 6. Okay, moving on to number 5. My number 5 is Toka. Toka from, as you all know, Tokyo Ghoul. I haven't read all of Tokyo Ghoul because I hate it, as I said probably before, when they replace all the main characters. I just see it as really bad story design. The fact that they can't advance upon what characters they've already got and can't move with that. I'm just hoping that Toka comes back and just is like, oh yeah, I'm going to sprout my 2 wings now and I'm going to be the most strongest person ever. So basically, the reason why I picked Toka is because she's, let's say, the opening really sells her character. If you ever watched the Tokyo Ghoul opening, it's really amazingly done and it really gives off the appeal to the character. But this is again another character that's misunderstood from the first 3 seconds. It's like, oh, she's kind of a bitch, but as you go through and get to know the character, you see this kick-ass character which has been through a lot of shit, and she just wants a better thing in life, and some of the things that she does might be wrong, but at the end of the day, 2 wrongs don't make a right, but you kind of feel that the wrong which she's doing is actually right, and I just hope that they bring her back in. So that's my number 5, is Toka. Okay, next. This is a number 4. So number 4 is Elsa Scarlet. You should know her from Fairy Tail. And this was kind of one of my first main female loves for anime, because most of the time you're made to love the main characters, like the main characters in the series, but I find with Fairy Tail, I can't like Natsu and Lucy. Lucy, it's like, yeah, she's got really good character and all that, and then she's got a really good story, but she's a weakling, and you kind of can see that. It's good how they establish that even though she's one of the main characters, she's a weakling. But it's just, a character is annoying in some ways, and then you've got Natsu, who, he's just always there. He is always fucking there at the right second, and he's always fighting the final boss. But it was just, what really sold her was when they were on the island, and finally Elsa gets a main battle. She got a main battle, partly, but she's a really strong, independent character. And this is another one who's from a harsh past, but they don't let that hold them down, and they know through comradism that their comrades are there, that they will be by their side, and that's what makes them stronger. I just wish that they give her more screen time to establish her, because it seems that in every fight she goes against the main boss is like the first arc part. It's like, oh, we've introduced these main ones and Elsa's gone against them, but she's got wounded, and it's like, oh yeah, but now she's going to be wounded for the final battle. It's like, piss off, just piss off and give her a major fight. It's just really annoying, that is. So that's my number 4. My number 4 is Elsa Scarlet. Okay, so my number 3. My number 3 is oh god, sorry about that. Homura Akemi. So Homura Akemi is from Plum Madoka Magica. And if anyone hasn't watched that, you should. It's got a really good, nice story to it. And this is what mostly sells her, because it's like it's again one of them misunderstood characters. A misunderstood character, but which has a lot of drive and a lot of passion. And I don't care what anyone says, it is not friendship between her and Madoka. That is definitely love. Look at the third film, look at it, and say, oh yeah, they're just really good friends. They're not. But this again shows you how much determination some people can have for the ones they love. She went through all this shit, and she tried and tried again for this one person that she loved and cared for, and that shaped her to who she was. It might have given her misgivings in the way that she perceived things, but she became this person that wanted to save them through any means possible. And it might have failed in the end. If you don't watch the movie, it might have failed in the end. But she even turned herself just to save this person and give this person what they deserve. She thought they deserved, because she loved them. And that's just beautiful in my eyes. It's just a beautiful, beautiful character. The fact that she was willing to go through all this shit and come out in the end and just go, yeah, I'm going to save this character even if it means giving away my humanity. So she's just an amazing character. Yeah, watch the third film. Watch the third film. Some people might say, oh yeah, it kind of pushes it to the side, but it's like, well, it isn't. And go, oh yeah, in part of the main story, it's like, Madoka Magica wasn't made off a manga. It was originally made off an anime, so it is canon. If you think about it, it's canon. I don't care what you say is canon. Okay, so number 2. Number 2, this is again quite a recent one. And you might think, oh yeah, she's going with a lot of people with swords. And if I say swords and Kamui, you're guessing exactly right. Unless you're guessing the shorter one with red hairs in her, let's say red stripe in her hair, which it is not. I am talking about the student council president, known as Satsuki Kurin. Come on, you gotta love Satsuki as a character. As soon as she walked out on that podium and was like, oh yeah, I'm the big boss, I own this academy, you knew that she was gonna be badass. And the thing was with this, I knew from the start, I thought, do you know what? She's going to end up being a good guy. She's going to end up having a kind of reason why she's doing this. She was a character which you knew would have a reason for doing the stuff that she did from the start. And when she walked out, I went, yeah, she's going to have a reason. She's going to have a reason, and she's going to have these ambitions for what she's doing. And she did. She was this person that construed all this stuff. She fought and fought through, and in the end, she might not have been the strongest character, but she still stood up and sacrificed all her being, really. She pushed herself to the hardest, and I don't care what they say about that first fight, it was a load of bullshit, because that was annoying in the story where Ryoko kind of pushed her back in the first fight after she put on the Kamui, but it was like, why? She should have still been stronger. She kicked her ass a minute ago with just a sword. It might have been just a sword and she might have been immature, but that's one thing I've got to bring Kill la Kill down for. Ryoko grew too fast, which made Satsuki look weaker, and she's a strong character. They should have gave her a better role in the story. It's like, yeah, she had a good role, but then you kind of pushed her to the side and made her this weaker character. You didn't clench the strength of her good enough. And even though when she's captured and all that, it's like, oh, she fought so far ahead, so she's such a clever, independent character. She's such a strong role model for women. And the thing is with Kill la Kill, if any woman's out there that's watching this, then you really want to watch that. It might be like, oh yeah, they're all skimping about and all this, but it's really an empowerment for women. The fact that it's basically to show who you are, show your body and all that, and it's just her character was that. It was that, don't be ashamed in yourself, prevail, and you will do something that's great. So again, that's my number 2, Satsuki Kurin. So, okay, that's number 1. You can probably guess what my number 1 is if I say Naruto. But it's not Naruto. It's not one of the main ones. It's not one of the main 4. It's not one of Team 7. Which might surprise you. It is the lovable, shy female character which everyone loves, and that's Hinata. This was my first love in anime. I loved this character from the moment I saw her. I just kept on continuously watching the episodes where she fights Neji, because it was this character which, even though she got strength from another person, she saw that person and didn't go, okay, I'm just going to totally rely on them like Sakura did. She saw this person and then improved herself. This was a real good role model for people, because everyone at the end of the day wants to improve themselves, and it isn't about going, oh yeah, they will give me strength. It's like, I will take that strength and make myself better. And it's just amazing how the character evolves from that. You see her going from this shy character which is weak, considered weak, but the thing is, even though she is weak, you still support her. You know that she might not defeat that character, but she's giving it her all, which everyone at the end of the day is trying to do. She's just such an amazing character, and you can see why a lot of people like her. You can see why she ended up with Naruto in the end. She should have had a more major role in the series, but I think because she had such a short role is what made more of an impact. Because you saw Sakura was there all the time, and I think if she wasn't there all the time, she would have been kind of less annoying. If it was like their places were swapped, It was just what little time that character was there for, what little time Hinata was there for, you cherished, because you knew that them few seconds which she was there, you would be empowered by that character. You knew that she was going to do something worthwhile, and most of her scenes might have just been her going, Naruto, Naruto-kun. And they even made a piss take of that at one of the end of the episodes where she's just saying Naruto, Naruto, Naruto. But it's just, you knew what was going to happen, and you knew it was going to be either funny or endearing, and she was just there, and she is what really made the series for me in some of the aspects. And it's like, when, spoilers, when she almost died, I was like, I might actually stop watching if she died, because she was just such an amazing character. But then again, I thought about it and went, yeah, but if she did die, her legacy would be passed on. So it was just amazing. So that's my number one. My number one is Hinata. My number two is Satsuki. My number three is Homura Akemi. My number four is Erosa Scarlet. Okay, my number five is Toka. My number six is Kai Koronoe from Gantz. I have to put that in because people won't know that, probably. My number seven is Shiro. My number 8 is Blake. Let's see, I'll just write down. I wrote it a bit of thing, just in case. My number 9 is Gohan, and my number 10 is Mikasa. And if you've got your own top 10 characters, put them in the bottom. If you're going, oh, why aren't One Punch people on there? Why aren't these people on there? I haven't watched One Punch yet, so I can't put Saitama on my list and go, oh, yeah, he's an amazing character because he One Punches shit and does this and that. So if you've got any characters which you think I should have put on my list, or have a valid reason to put on my list, or if you've got anything against my list, then put it down in the comments below. So this has been Moaning Mondays with the F of Life. X-V-Woman. Remember to like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more. I might do a top 10 anime next time, because I feel that I probably might be able to do that. Even though I've got Bleach on my door. If you're wondering why I didn't have any Bleach characters in my top 10, even though I've got that, I got that at Kabu years ago when I first started liking anime, like 5 years ago. But it's like, oh yeah, I wanted something on my door. Plus it's a bit fucked. I kind of broke it. But if you're wondering why I haven't had any of those characters on, or any One Piece characters, it's just One Piece, I don't get any emotional attachment from them characters. I haven't got any emotional streaks. I kind of liked Ace, but that was mostly based on the fact that he had a really good character design. He had a cool personality and all that. But the characters, there's too many. Too many fucking characters, and that's the same with Bleach. Bleach, why the fuck do you feel it okay with every arc you introduce 20 bloody characters? Why? Taikuba, why introduce this many characters which no one gives a shit about, except for the fact that they base it on appearance alone? I might have based some of my characters on appearance, like Mikasa, because the story isn't really that strong, and what the actions, what they do. With Bleach, it was good to begin with, and I probably would have put Orihime on there, but I haven't got a reason to put Orihime on there. That's why I didn't put her on my top 10. So, like I said before, if you like this, like, comment and subscribe. And then I will see you in the next one. For now, it's time to say goodbye. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.